Good morning, RCA computer science students. Mr. Smith back. Just want to quickly make a video introducing you to Netbeans because we will start using that today during class. And I'm going to touch on if-else statements just to offer you some additional remediation and enrichment. So first off, y'all have been tasked with getting Netbeans installed. So you should have that installed on your computer at this point. So I'm just going to quickly open my Netbeans. This is the landing page. So you can go ahead and just click the X on start page here. So Netbeans is a full working IDE. We've been using Replit, but what you need to do is similar to Replit. We'd always create a new Replit, but in Netbeans we're going to create a new project. All right, so if you go up here, you have this little gold box with a green plus. That is, if you hover over it, it'll tell you new project. So if you click on that, just like we did in Replit, you got to make sure Java and Java application is selected. Then you're going to click next. And now we just give it a name. So for this, name it if else practice because that's what we're talking about today during class. Okay, so when we used Replit, the main method was always generated for you. Here you have the option. So if you leave this checked, it'll generate the main method for you. If you uncheck it, it will not generate it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it checked because that's what we've been doing. And I'm going to click finish. All right, so it actually brings up my Java file called if else practice. Real quickly, I just want to show you how to change your font size. So if you go up here to tools, go down to options, it will bring up this menu for you. Actually, y'all can't see the menu because of how I have my window capture. Give me one sec, guys. I need to do a screen capture. Display capture. Okay, so again, I'll do that again. If you go to tools and then options, over here on fonts and colors, for the purpose of my videos and class instructions, I'm going to increase the size to 24. Alright, so you can see now that it is much bigger. Alright, so y'all just need to increase the font size to something you are comfortable with. You can also look up here under profile, and this is how you can change kind of the theme of the interface. I'll talk about that more in class, but you can change a lot of your visual settings inside of tools and then options. Alright, so let's actually look at programming. So I'm going to delete these comments to give myself some more space. So that way I just have the package, I have the class, and I also have the main method. Alright, so you should be familiar with the main method. We've been using this the entire year with Replit so far. So this is where programming instructions go here. Alright, so our main method is where we put all our instructions of what we want to happen. Alright, so today we're going to look at if-else statements. So if-else statements handle real-world conditions. Alright, so kind of the most classic condition in the real world is someone's grade. Alright, so someone's grade. Alright, so if you have a 90, that's an A. If you have an 80, that's a B. If you have an 85, that's a B. If you have a 76, that's a C, etc. Alright, that's a pretty common scenario in the real world, and we can program that using if-else statements. So we can say if, so first let's assign a grade. So let's create a variable, let's make it a double. And we're going to call it grade, and maybe somebody has a 75.4. Alright, so we want to do a series of if-else statements that takes in grade and compares it to, and then prints out A, B, C, or D. So I'm going to put that in block statements at the top. Alright, so this program evaluates the grade on a grading scale and prints out the corresponding letter grade A, B, C, D, F. Alright, so we set grade equal to something, and then we do a series of if-else statements. So for an A, right, if grade is less than, you can't, I guess if it's greater than, if grade is greater than a 90.0, right? That would be an A. System.out.print. That's an A. Else. So we use if else, but when we want to chain multiple if else's together, we have to use else if. So else if grade is greater than 80.0 and grade is less than 90.0, then that's going to print out B. Alright, so these are just the ranges when the grades occur. So let's actually test this out. Let's change grade to be like a 95. It should print an A. So when I run it, so this little green triangle here, that is your run. So that's how you compile and run. It's like a play button on a VCR, if anybody knows what a VCR is. Alright, so it prints an A. So if we change this to an 85, it prints a B. Alright, so let's continue on. Let's do C. So now we have else if grade is greater than 75.0 and it's less than 80, right? I think that's what a C is. Huh. Oh, I left off grade, sorry. So if we do that, that becomes a C, and then also a D. Grade is greater than a 70.0, and grade is less than a 75.0. That is going to be our oh, I messed up with the and there. Okay. That is going to be our D. Alright, and then else, so we always have to end on just an else statement. Alright, so if you have an if to start, you can have as many else ifs as you want, but you need to end on an else. And then we're just going to print F. So if it's not A, B, C, or D, then it's going to be an F. Alright, so let's try this. Let me do 72. 72 should be a D. It gives us D. A 69 should give us an F. It gives us an F. Alright, so our if-else statement right now holds true. Alright, so let's try one of these values that's right on the edge. So let's try 75. So 75 actually gives me an F, when a 75 should be a D. Alright, and the reason why is we didn't say what happens, we didn't say inclusively what happens. We're saying as long as grade is below a 70. Alright, so how we take care of that is we need to add the equals to sign to all of these. So we're saying less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, etc. Alright, so now if I run this, I'll actually get a C like I'm supposed to. Alright, so I purposely left that out so that we could talk about it here at the end. But if you want to inclusively include your limits on your if statements, you have to use equals. So greater than or equals and less than or equals. Alright, so right now we have a full working program that will allow you to change the value of grade, and it'll tell you what you have. You know, the classic 79.9, right? At the end of the day, it's still a C. Yeah, so basically, guys, that's it for today. In class, we're going to talk about if else, and I'm going to go over some stuff in more detail. All right, y'all have a great day. Have a great week, and I'll be back with another video later.